A Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, Chapter 4, Part 2. Rhonda Sharp, her plump, middle-aged body encased in a baby blue Angora sweater that might have fit her 30 pounds ago, leaned over the glass-topped cosmetic counter at Lake Eden Neighborhood Pharmacy to stare at the smudge of pink lipstick on the white styrofoam cup. Rhonda was wearing a scowl that turned down the corners of her heavily rouged lips, and her too long, too thick, too black to be real eyelashes fluttered in distaste. That lipstick didn't come from my counter. I wouldn't be caught dead displaying a product like that. Bill pushed the bag closer. Take another look, Rhonda. We need to make sure. I did look. Rhonda pushed the bag back to him. I do all the ordering, and I've never carried that brand or that color. There's no doubt in your mind, Rhonda? Rhonda shook her head, her coal black hair swaying from side to side. The strands moved together like they'd been dipped in glue, and Hannah suspected that Rhonda must get a massive employee's discount on hairspray. See how that's smeared? Rhonda poked at the bag with the pointed tip of a long manicured nail. I don't sell any lipstick that isn't smudge-proof, and the lines I buy from don't make garish shades like that. Hannah looked up from the color charts that Rhonda had handed her. Her grandmother had always said that you'd catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, and she was about to put that old maxim to the test. We really need your help, Rhonda. You're Lake Eden's only cosmetic expert. Then why did you go to Costmart? I know you did, Hannah. Cheryl Coombs called to tell me. Of course we went there, Hannah acknowledged. We checked out every cosmetic counter in town, but we saved you for last, because I told Bill you'd know more about lipstick than anyone in town. Your makeup is always so perfect. Rhonda preened slightly, giving Bill a sidelong glance that was definitely flirtatious. Since Rhonda had to be pushing 50, and Bill hadn't yet celebrated his 30th birthday, Hannah figured the gossip her mother had told her about Rhonda and the UPS driver might not be as ridiculous as she thought. I'll help any way I can. Rhonda simpered a bit, her violet-colored contacts trained on Bill. What do you want to know? Hannah sighed, reminding herself again about flies and honey. If you wanted to buy a lipstick like the one on the cup, and I know you wouldn't, having such good taste and all, but if you did, where would you buy it? Let me think about it. Rhonda pursed her perfectly drawn lips. No store in town would carry that lipstick, so I'd have to look elsewhere. Not that I would, of course. Hannah agreed quickly. Of course not. We're just pretending here, trying to get a feel for where the owner of this lipstick might have gone to buy it. You're helping Bill with a very important investigation, Rhonda, and he really appreciates it. Just a minute. Rhonda's eyes narrowed. Does this have anything to do with Ron Lascelles' murder? Hannah kicked Bill, and he took his cue from her. He leaned close and lowered his voice. It's confidential, Rhonda. The only reason we asked is because we knew that we could trust you. I see. Rhonda reached out to pat Bill's hand. If I wanted to buy this particular shade of perfectly awful lipstick, I'd just have to get it from Luann Hanks. Luann Hanks? Hannah was surprised. Luann had been in Michelle's high school class, but she'd had to drop out when she got pregnant. I thought Luann worked at Han and Rose's cafe. She does. They sell lipsticks at the cafe? Bill asked. No, silly boy. Rhonda batted her unnatural lashes. Luann works at the cafe during the week, and she sells pretty girl cosmetics on the weekends. I've seen her lugging her sample case around town. Bill stepped back, preparing to go. Thanks, Rhonda. You've been big help. There's one more thing, Rhonda. Hannah put on her most serious expression. Bill hasn't warned you yet. Bill turned to stare at her with a perfectly blank face, and Hannah knew she'd have to take charge. She turned back to Rhonda and plunged ahead on her own. It's like this, Rhonda. Bill doesn't want you to say anything about any of the questions he's asked you. If Ron's killer finds out that you helped him, you could be in real danger. Isn't that right, Bill? Right. Bill was a little slow on the uptake, but Hannah figured he was still rattled by Rhonda's attempts to flirt with him. Mum's the word, Rhonda. Just keep in mind that Ron's killer has already committed the ultimate crime. He's got nothing to lose by killing again. Rhonda's face turned so pale that Hannah could see the place where she'd blended her foundation. Rhonda deserved a good scare for flirting with Bill, but Hannah didn't want to be responsible for the damage if Rhonda fainted and crashed into the glass cosmetic counter. You don't have to be nervous, Rhonda. Hannah reached out to pat her arm and steady her at the same time. No one overheard our conversation, and we went to every cosmetic counter in town. As far as anyone knows, you just told us that you didn't sell this type of lipstick. Hannah's right, Bill said. There's no cause for alarm, Rhonda. I'll protect your identity by keeping your name out of my notes. Thank you, Bill. A little color came back to Rhonda's face. I won't breathe a word of this to anyone, I swear it. Hannah was satisfied that Rhonda wouldn't blab, but she still looked awfully pale. When the killer's behind bars, Bill will put in for a special Citizen's Merit Certificate for you. You've been really helpful, Rhonda. Bill echoed Hannah's words and picked up the plastic bag. With a final goodbye and a thank you to Rhonda, they walked out of the store and climbed into Bill's county cruiser. They were driving back to Hannah's shop when Bill started to chuckle. What is it? Hannah turned to stare at him. I was just wondering how I'd put in for a special Citizen's Merit Certificate for Rhonda when the sheriff's department doesn't do things like that. No problem, Hannah assured him. Gil Surma's got a bunch of blank award certificates for his Boy Scouts. I'll just ask him for one and you can fill it in with Rhonda's name. That won't work. Sheriff Grant will never sign his name to a trumped-up award. He doesn't have to. Hannah gave him a grin. We're going to solve this case, Bill. By the time you get around to giving Rhonda her certificate, you'll be a detective and you can sign it yourself.